then we go from there. But it is a process. It is a process. But the biggest things
I'm
are...
just concerned about that
big-
because the cops have been there almost every day on
Yeah, you just
Tammy.
need to let us know, if there's any activity that's unusual. If there's for example, if there's a lot of traffic at a particular house, let us know.
Oh, I've done that
People
before.
coming in, people going out, people knock on the door, people leaving the house like this, that kind of stuff. Those kind of things we need to be made aware of, and we can investigate it. And normally what I would do as a manager, if there was that kind of thing, I'd be like, hey, knocking on the door, you are the homeowner, okay? Find out what's going on with them, just to let you know that you have some concerned residents around you with traffic. And we just want to let you know that we're going to be watching your house as far as traffic goes. If it's family and friends, or family, that's one thing, but we've gotten reports from multiple residents. We always use it generically, so we don't pick on anybody, letting somebody know, hey, Mrs. Smith called me up 5 times today asking them about your traffic, and we're watching your house. If we don't see a reduction in traffic, we'll alert the authorities to let you know that we suspect that there's bad things happening here. And that's how it usually starts going. And then eventually the residents find that, hey, there's something going on right now, and you'll call the police and say, there's something going on in the house right now, you got to be here. And if we get them on record, and that's how the process goes. But we got to deal with fair housing, and we got to deal with that eventually. Just like society, there are people in society that are not working, are not doing the right thing. So.
This pertains to Jenny Lane and Billy Joe.
Okay.
There's a big spruce tree right on the corner, and when you stop at Jenny at the stop sign, you can't see traffic coming.
Because it's too big?
And there's no stop sign for them. And sometimes if you pull out, I mean, to me, it's just an accident just waiting to happen.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely address that, because when we go through and we put our signs up, we're going to be looking to make sure that people can pull up to a sign and be able to look left and right and whatnot. So, and we have a lot of tree trimming budgeted for that. So hopefully we can keep the tree, but I mean, if it's a safety concern, we'll obviously address it.
Yeah, I think it's a safety issue.
Yeah.
My daughter has severe asthma,
Okay.
and through the school district, they said that you guys will not allow a bus to go down to Anna Marie to pick her up because the weather is what makes it act up,
Okay.
and her bus can't come down there. You guys, as Sky Harbor, said that they won't allow it, so...
I've never had a school bus question. That's the first school
I
bus
was just
question
going to
I've
say,
ever had.
that's untrue anyway, Jenna.
Because I talked to the head of the school district.
There was a small
Yeah, there
bus,
was one.
came down Tammy to Anna Marie, around to Jenny Lane to pick a child up at Jenny Lane.
Every day.
Could I get like a note saying that the school bus is allowed, so...
Yeah, I'd have to talk to Brandon about that, but I don't.
Well,
think
usually what happens is are you requesting a special bus to come pick up your
Yes,
child?
because
You would do that.
I already got it approved through Lancaster School District, but they said, oh, whoa, we can't. Sky Harbor won't allow
Have
it.
them, Josh has it, you get a card and Josh will get that
Okay.
rectified. That's,
They won't send a big bus, but they should send one of the van buses.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
we don't, yeah, that's no problem.
Okay.
In the future, and I realize money is a consideration, is
Yep.
the Sun Communities going to build their own building so you don't have to rent this?
There's conversation about that. We actually have a community office budgeted for Parkside. The problem we have at Parkside, do we have any Parkside residents here? No. We have a community activities building we have planned for Parkside, but I suspect, and this is speculation, so it's neither a lie nor the truth, speculation that there might be something down the road when we have something more to say about Hatch Court as a possibility.
Are you putting a pool in?
That I can tell you no, there's no plans for a pool.
I'm sure you'll put a playground with
No pool.
Be careful what you wish for, be careful what you wish for. Pools.
Do we
Is
have
there
our
a,
own?
is there
Oh,
a,
speaking of pools, how is it that these big giant pools are allowed in these yards when there's kids all over the place, there's no fence, somebody could drown.
That wouldn't be allowed under the community rules that will be
It
Okay.
wasn't allowed to begin
When
with.
are
Wasn't allowed to begin with, but nobody did anything about it.
That's the $5 question right there. Normally when we buy a company for Sun, we usually buy maybe 7 or 8 at a time. This is the first time we bought 43 or 44. So everything is taking us longer than anticipated with the administrative stuff like community rules and whatnot. It's being worked on, I can assure you, and when it's available, everyone's going to get a copy of them and let you know what it is. But they're standard throughout our company. So, you know, for example, when I was driving down the community, I don't know which one it was, but I saw a boat in the yard. Boats are not allowed. Trailers are not allowed. So there'll be.
Well, I believe those were in our old rules, but.
Under a certain amount.
Well, here, this gets a little dicey with that, so that's why what we're gonna do is, we're gonna just kind of keep things going, right? We keep things going, we're gonna get those new rules out to everybody, and then we're gonna do the arm around the shoulder, hey, I really need you to do me a favor type approach, and then we'll go to the next level if we can't get people to buy in. But hopefully what the whole grand picture is, that we're gonna invest great money in the community, we're gonna bring in new homes, we're going to make the place nicer. We're going to get buy-in from the residents to improve their place. We're going to help them out. You know, this is a great thing for the HOA to get involved with. What can the HOA do to maybe get some of these people to kick it up a notch in their own individual homes? What do you need from us to help them? Would it be, can we buy you guys paint? And you go in and maybe help paint somebody's home, for example, or paint whatever issue is with the home? We could get involved in that. That'd be something we would do. Would it be for these metal homes with the metal roofs that might be rusting? Maybe what we can do for you is we'll go out and buy the cold seal. Maybe there's somebody in the community that would do the work for nothing or for a minimal amount. Maybe the HOA would get involved in chipping in to try to maybe adopt a home and try to fix it up, make it nicer. So there are things that can be done with you, with me, working together to get the community to the next level. So think about those kinds of things. We have you know, part of the great things about HOAs is that they bring up concerns, but they also address problems and they also create solutions. So it doesn't have to be just a session where everybody gets together and argues. We can actually work together to make the community better. A couple more minutes and then we'll wrap it up.
We don't have an HOA here.
Well, it's you know, any type of, we regardless if it's official or not, any resident group that gets together, we consider it with the same weight. So if it's a homeowners association, if it's a HOA, if it's official, if it's not official, we treat it all the same because really at the end of the day it's concerned residents, and whatever residents' concerns are that's important to them is important to us.
Yeah, but you bring them a problem and they say you're causing trouble, you know.
Well, I think there's an approach, you know, and that approach is how you go to other people and address them, and the response that you give out is kind of what you get back. And sometimes I think that's the kind of thing that just needs, it's not necessarily the message, it's how the message is delivered. And when we go to the residents and asking them to maybe do some improvements or, you know, help out or whatever, it's, you know, do we go in there with our guns pulled and be like, hey, we need that branch picked up right now? Or is it, hey, do you mind if I pick up that branch for you? Or, hey, you know, a group of us that got nothing to do tomorrow, we're going to come around for a couple hours and help some residents out. Do you mind if we stop by your house and pick up things a little bit outside and get it going? Or, hey, I noticed your skirting in the back is a little messed up. We got some extra skirting over there. Can we come over there and help you out? That's the kind of thing that I think is important. And because of all, you may not be able to do that kind of work. I know I saw some figure, I'm like, I'm not helping out. I could barely get up my stairs, let alone, you know, help somebody else do some other things. But you may have some grandkids. You may have some other folks that might be able to help out. And that would be wonderful. Anything you can do, folks, to help your community out, I think is fantastic.
In years past, the park owners and management have brought in some truckloads of some topsoil and dumpsters for us to use. Is that going to happen that you know of?
I can guarantee you that's going to happen. Guaranteed.
Good
And
soil, not with rocks?
we only bring in screen topsoil.
That was bad.
We only bring in screen topsoil. So, no, here's the deal with that. I can let the cat out of the bag. This is generally what we do. We're going to do the improvements like we talked about, but we also have community improvement plans that we can put together. And what the residents, we usually work with the community manager and the residents get together and say, you know, what do we need? Do we need paint? Do we need cold seal? Do we need mulch? Do we need flowers? Do we need dirt? What do you guys need to make the community better? Do we need to buy some skirting? We'll buy the materials, and we'll find out from the residents what they need, and then we'll ask that the residents install that. Now, the problem with that is we go out and buy this stuff and it just goes right into their shed and they close the door and they're back in their home and nothing ever happened. We gotta have some kind of accountability part of it, but that's really what we try to do. And we can put together a plan. The manager comes to me and says, Brandon, I need 20 cases of skirting, I need
I'll paint it.
50 gallons of paint, I need this, I need that, I need brushes, I need that. We're gonna go around and address these homes right here, and we'll put together a plan. You tell me how much the money is, and I go to bat and try to get the money put in the account, so it gets done.
Skirting problem.
Yes.
If you have a skirting problem now,
Yes,
okay, I got bad knees,
yes.
my daughter's got bad knee, got an artificial knee,
Sure.
okay? You
Yep.
can't get down on that snow and go around the skirting and do the skirting right now.
Sure.
And so, is it possible, I realize there's a problem with it, okay?
Yep.
To wait until, at least it's mud and not snow?
Well, this is what I tried to do when I was a manager back in the day. I actually have my maintenance staff would go around, and we would try to get these homes with the skirting issues. We try to do it in-house. So we might go out and say, hey, Mrs. Smith, you got some missing skirting. Do you mind if we go back there and kind of put it on? You know, I don't want you to get scared if you heard some rumbling going on underneath your home. We try to do it that way. We try to be good neighbors, especially if the maintenance staff is running out of things to do. They're like, you know what? I was driving past 17 whatever street. Can you go help that person put their skirting back on? And we'll do that. As part of the running around. If we can get everybody to get it all together and everything's done, then maintaining it is not a big deal. But getting to that point where it all looks pretty good is important. You know, the other thing is the metal skirting is impossible to find these days. And that's the other part of it. So we kind of got to figure out a way to solve that issue as well. As we remove homes from the community, the homes that are past their, have given their